sleepy. Oh, she's so sleepy. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing how I got a 9 in geography. So I was on GCSE Geography, and I'm basically going to say how I revised this geography folder. It was like this, and I created this in year 9, this folder, and I only actually used it for GCSEs. So yeah, that's why it's like had so much effort put into it in year 9. I would not have had time to do this in year 11. So for every single case study, I created these sheets of paper or card, and on each of these there was facts, figures, everything like this. Some of them had less on, like this one. Some of them had more on, like this one. This was Malaysia, so here we've got like causes of deforestation, impacts for the environment, impacts for the economy, like keywords up the top, like slash and burn. Top bit said the name, then in the bold we have the like key points, so like when it was like the Richter scale. In the red it said if it was an MEDC or LEDC, and then it had like plate boundary, what way the plates were going, and then all of the different primary and secondary impacts. A bit of coloured cards showed the different topics. So this was obviously tectonics was on the pink. We had blue was like typhoons. This was like flooding and coasts. This was like tropical rainforest was on the green, so like Malaysia. This was, oh wait, this one was coasts. This was Swanage and Lyme Regis. So they were what I did for my case studies. A big heading like this, so the tropical rainforest, on a bit of paper, and again these were all in folders at the time. So from there I'd condensed my notes from my work. I think this was from my actual school book. So I found again geography revision textbooks not as helpful, so I had the AQA ones, which was the thin revision one, and the workbook and answers. So again I'll put a picture of them here if I can find one. And again I didn't really find them that helpful, so I actually used my school books, which was one of the only subjects that I actually used my school book for. So we had all of these notes. So this is all on tropical rainforests, highlighted key headings and things. And then we got to the next one, which was cold environments. So these ones I decided to do in a poster. We've got coastal landforms here and like coastal landscapes, and these were all just put into notes. So this was from my mocks actually. My teachers gave me this, which had a layout of all the different topics and all the different case studies you needed to know for mocks. And then we have another workbook, which again this shows that I did it in year 9 because year 8, because I actually had a lot of time. But I would not have had that time to notes. So we had all the different types of condensed notes from my workbook, like from my school book, all of those, and I split them into physical and human for the 2 different papers. So that was the physical, and then the human was like urban planning, different notes on these, so sustainable urban development gap, and they were all the notes I made for each topics. This was the human. So I went through all of these case studies, and then we also have some tests that I did in school, so exam tests that I'd done and the teacher had marked, and I could look through those again to see how I answered questions. So that was in my geography folder. Did practice questions after that. So my teacher actually did set these ones from Exam Pro, which I think you can access online. So they're these style ones from Exam Pro. This is how dusty everything is because I just haven't looked at it in such a long time. And pro questions for every single topic. So this is river landforms, we have weather hazards, we have cold environments, we have ecosystems, tropical rainforests, tectonic hazards, climate change, coasts, urbanisation and NEEs, development gap, river processes. You kind of get the point. Those, marked them and corrected myself. Obviously for paper 3 there was the field work, and at school we'd actually created these folders which had all of our field work in them. So we'd labelled it, so I did physical and environmental, and these were all the notes we had to do, and like all the graphs. that we had to do for paper 3. So I looked for all of these, and then we did practice questions for them that I'd answered here, that my teacher had answered, marked. And again, this is human, so we had all of these graphs. And again, I put quite a lot of these onto flashcards, which I'm not actually too sure where they are. Oh, they're here. A few flashcards here where I would put quick notes on them, just to know the key points for each fieldwork, so the aim and things. Here was kind of already in note form, so I didn't have to really rewrite the notes for these, but this was definitely helpful. So I would organise your fieldwork. The pre-release for paper 3, you get it like 12 weeks before your exam, and I don't know, you probably do this in class anyway, because we did, but you go through the class and you just basically try and learn it, so you're not wasting time in the exam trying to find places where there is. We had like potential questions that my teacher thought of and tried to plan answers for them. Again, I condensed my notes but using my school book, and I answered practice questions about them. So I hope this was helpful, and if it was, then give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.